Grab him, quick. Don't resist. Do not resist. Don't. I got
It was an ordinary summer evening in Tallahassee, Florida, the kind of evening when families fill restaurants, children laugh over arcade games, and parents snap photos as their kids rush toward pizza and prizes. Inside a Chuck E. Cheese on July 23rd, the familiar scene played out. Children darted between booths and games, tokens clattered inside machines, and a costumed employee in the oversized smiling suit of Chuck E. himself wandered the floor entertaining kids. But hidden beneath that oversized mousehead, police say, was not just an entertainer, but a suspect wanted for credit card theft. His name was Jermel Jarreau. Jones, 41 years old, and unbeknownst to the families enjoying their night out, officers were closing in to make an arrest. Bodycam footage released by officials later would show the surreal and almost cinematic scene that unfolded the moment police walked into a room full of children and arcade noise and placed Chuck E. Cheese himself in handcuffs. The footage begins with officers confirming what almost sounds like an absurd statement. "We are going to detain the mouse." One officer's tone is laced with disbelief, as if even he cannot quite process the words leaving his mouth. Another responds, "Yes, we are." Laughter in the background, almost nervous, quickly gives way to serious commands as officers prepare to move in. At this point, the man inside the suit, Jones, was just doing his job. For children in the restaurant, Chuck E. was the main attraction. Parents looked on as he posed for photos, handed out high fives, and danced to the music filling the room. And yet officers knew he was also the suspect they had been seeking for weeks in connection with stolen credit cards. The challenge, though, was unique. How do you arrest someone in a bulky costume in front of children without sparking panic? The body cam reveals officers debating their approach. One voice asks, "You want me to come in front of these kids?" There is hesitation. No officer wants to traumatize children. Another insists, "Grab him quick." Moments later, the surreal scene unfolds. Chuck E. Cheese, the oversized mouse mascot, is grabbed by officers. Parents gasp. Children's laughter turns to confusion. One officer shouts, "Don't resist. Do not resist. Let your hands go." The man inside the suit is bewildered, caught between his job entertaining children and the reality of being placed in cuffs. The footage is chaotic, but it is also strangely calm. Officers work quickly to keep the situation under control, trying to minimize disruption in the restaurant. "Come here," an officer repeats, pulling the suspect aside. The music of the arcade continues in the background, a bizarre soundtrack to an unfolding arrest. Once Jones is separated from the children, officers begin removing parts of the costume. The dash of absurdity is undeniable. One officer asks, "Does this come off, man? Is it just like a normal?" Another adds, "I gotta take this back. This is my work stuff." The head is eventually removed, revealing the suspect's face beneath the cartoon mask. For the families inside, the illusion of Chuck E. Cheese has been shattered. But for officers, the work is only beginning. The body cam footage shows them explaining to Jones the nature of the arrest. Has the suspect. "He stole someone's car here and he's been using it." One officer says, clarifying to management why their beloved mascot is being escorted away in cuffs. The manager, visibly upset, pushes back. "I would like y'all to walk him out the door instead of compromising all these like kids." Their frustration is clear. What should have been a joyful environment for families has suddenly become a scene of law enforcement, flashing badges and handcuffs. The manager even compares the arrest to detaining a more iconic character. "Would y'all put Mickey Mouse in handcuffs?" It is a surreal moment caught forever on camera. Officers continue with the arrest, reading Jones his rights and searching him. The transcript captures a tense exchange. Officers ask if he has weapons. "Do you have any knives?" Jones responds calmly, "I don't carry weapons." But confusion lingers. "What is this about?" he demands. Officers explain that he is suspected of using stolen credit cards at a local meat market and convenience stores. Jones pushes back. "I use my own card. I don't use other people's stuff for nothing. My own, nobody else's." The back and forth continues with Jones insisting he's innocent, claiming that the transactions tied to him were his own purchases. The officers, however, remain steady. They have evidence tying him to the thefts, and the arrest must proceed. As they escort him outside, the tension between reality and absurdity continues. Parents are visibly uncomfortable, some even angry. One officer notes, "The parents are not happy with me or us for detaining Cheese." It is a strange sentence, but one that perfectly encapsulates the bizarre scene. And yet beneath the absurdity lies a serious crime. Credit card theft is no small matter, and investigations revealed that Jones had been using a co-worker's stolen card for transactions around the city. His role at Chuck E. Cheese, while meant to entertain, gave him access to both employees and customers, a position of trust now called into question. The body cam captures him insisting again, "I go there, but I don't use nobody's card. I bought my own." Officers press him about using Cash App and other payment methods, trying to pin down inconsistencies in his story. His answers shift slightly under pressure, revealing the cracks in his defense. As the arrest concludes, one officer attempts to manage the optics. "Let me give the manager at least a helmet, so we're not advertising that we have Mickey Mouse or whatever that name is." The concern is clear. They want to minimize further trauma to children inside, who have just witnessed their beloved mascot handcuffed and escorted out by police. The footage ends with Jones being led outside, costume partially removed. His voice raised in protest. "What is this about?" he repeats. The officers remain calm but firm, preparing to place him into the patrol car. For viewers, the bodycam video is almost unbelievable, a mix of comedy and tragedy, absurdity and seriousness. On one hand, it is surreal to watch Chuck E. Cheese being handcuffed mid-shift. On the other, it is a stark reminder that crime does not pause for costumes, jobs, or public settings. This case quickly spread online, going viral as one of the strangest bodycam arrests captured in recent years. But beyond the viral nature, it also reveals the challenges police face in making arrests in sensitive public environments. Officers must balance duty with discretion, law enforcement with public perception. For families in the restaurant, it was a story they would tell for years. The night Chuck E. Cheese was arrested in front of their children. For Jones, it was the moment his double-life entertainer by day, accused thief by night came crashing down. And for officers, it was another reminder that even in the most unlikely places, crime finds its way into the spotlight. The fractured files of this case capture more than just a bizarre arrest. They show the intersection of public trust, law enforcement duty, and the surreal moments that sometimes unfold when reality collides with the absurd. It is a story that lingers not only because of the costume, but because of what it represents. The uncomfortable truth that behind the mask of a smiling mascot, someone was hiding a far darker reality.